Hello, fellow travelers. It's Max here again with the usual start of the arc spiel. Once again, from all of us here at 9mm, it means the world to us that you tune in and listen to our actual play show. Seriously, your guys' support and feedback and comments, it brings us a shitload of joy and happiness, and it fuels us, it fuels me. And if you want to let us know what's up, consider dropping by our Discord. We are very active there, and we love to talk about the show with you guys as well as anything else, we don't give a shit. Come and talk. We love it. The link is down in our show notes wherever you listen to us. Another exciting thing also is that earlier this week on May 19th, 2026, we publicly dropped the first episode of a mothership game I ran for Harrison and Jan, with Sam and Jimmy from fellow Delta Green actual play show Hand on the Door as our guests. I will also say that episode 2, which is the final episode of that particular arc, dropped that day for our coffee subscribers as well. And episode 2 will be publicly dropping for folks next week, May 26, 2026. So if you like what we do and want to hear us do other things besides Delta Green, you can only hear such things on our coffee page, which is ko-fi.com/9mm retirement radio. And if you want to, please consider supporting us with a donation to make a better sounding show. We've been able to make a few equipment upgrades since starting the page in October last year. The impact is directly felt and noticeable for us and you guys especially. And by the back end of this year, you'll start to hear myself, Jan, and Mike already sounding crispy and glorious on our main feed. And we couldn't do it without everyone's help. And lastly, what you're about to hear was the very first arc we ever recorded 2 years ago at this point, and it's finally seen the light of day. My editing process has evolved over time since then, so please keep that in mind when listening. This side opera was run by Lukas with myself, Jan, and Mike as players. Sadly, at the time, Caius could not join us. But enough talk. It's time now for Operation Cat's Grace.
Oh, hey, Donald. You should have called. I would have... Don't worry about it. I made a few calls. Your meeting got moved to tomorrow. Now remember, code name. Right, my apologies. Old habits die hard. New gig? Correct. Why not Aaron or Bernard? They're usually the emissaries. Don't know who to trust currently. Right now I can't say for certain I trust Aaron or Andrea. No, Andrea especially. Bernard's busy, so I'm here instead. One door kicker to another. To tell you myself what's what. 2 previous Alphonses said you could be trusted, full stop. I appreciate the sentiment. We've lost a few friendlies to the program. Majestic. That much. I'm sorry? They're the imposters. We're the real deal. Remember that. Of course. So what do you have for me? This came from D-Cell, from Betsy. I want you to send L-Cell to New York City and tell them to pack their nicest clothes that they own. All info points towards socializing and hobnobbing with deluded individuals and pretty people. To figure out what happened. I think there's a few folks in that cell that can work that out. So, Luke knows his people pretty good. He does, yeah. From what Luke told me, Landon's experience will be invaluable, despite him still being new to the group. They're a good team. Make arrangements then. Hey, you planning on watching Eagles and Panthers tonight? Not much of a football guy, to be honest. More of a hockey and baseball guy myself. Now there's something I could get into. Where beating the shit out of each other is actually encouraged. It is. Yeah, actually, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Washington Capitals are playing tonight. I'm hoping the Penguins win. A man after my own heart, rooting for a Pennsylvania team. God, I hope to hell we can keep enjoying these things. Me too. Me too.
It is currently the 26th of January in the year 2004. We will be taking a look into an office. It's not just any office, no. It is the FBI office in New York City. It is currently quite cold. The city's in a little bit of an uproar. The New York Fashion Week is only 9 days away. And in this office, we currently have 3 people sitting. The last one of the 3, Agent Luke, just arrives. He peels himself out of his big snow coat that's completely wet now that he's been in the building for like 1 or 2 minutes. And he looks at you. You see he is standing at a rough 6'2". He has short military hair, blonde hair, and a warming smile on his lips as he greets you, puts his jacket away, sits at a desk just in the middle of this room. It's like a little conference table, and pulls out some files. In front of him, we first have Agent Landon. Would you like to describe your character, please?
Agent Landon is 5'9", African American, thin, looks younger than he actually is. He's 39. He tends to kind of view things with like a youthful exuberance, given his age and pushing 40, pretty much. But no, otherwise he's wearing a like a black suit, jacket, white button up, black tie, black slacks and pants, and he's currently got a snow coat draped across his legs, and he's wearing a skull cap on his head, given the weather outside.
And right next to him, the other seat is taken by Agent Lily.
Quite a juxtaposition between me and Landon here, given that Agent Lily is white as his codename may suggest. 6'1", athletic build, older man, 52 years old, been around the block a few times. Has seen obviously a lot of stuff in his life, given the wear he keeps on his face, even though he tries to keep himself looking somewhat youthful and vital with his mustache and swept back hair, which is about a decade and a half out of date at this point.
So before starting to speak, Agent Luke sorts a few pieces of paper that are in front of him. Then he sighs, looks up and goes, greetings, Landon, Lily. Great to see you. I don't know if you already have read maybe one newspaper article or watched TV. Whatever the case is, we're gonna be working on something rather public.
I've seen the news.
How public are we talking?
It's not in everybody's mouth, at least. It's not on national news, but for New York, it's quite public. In a few days, this whole fashion thing starts again, and everybody's gonna be looking at that. Well, everybody will be looking at all of those models except 4 of those. What we are working with are missing people, and that wouldn't call us on the plate. You know, it goes. We don't work a normal missing persons case. What we are dealing with might be unnatural. Yesterday, one of those missing models turned up again. At this point, she was missing since the 15th of January. We are currently on the 26th of January, so she was missing for 11 days. Her body was found yesterday quite disfigured. We were quite lucky to get engaged in the case through a friendly that examined the body. He saw some weird shit, and well, that's how I kind of smuggled us into the case.
Disfigured in what way? Are we talking trauma?
Well, that's a point. And he pulls up one of the papers. The victim, named Evie Redcrow. She's 24 years old and was working with a model agency here in New York. She was supposed to wear some shit on the stage. You know how it goes. It seems like she suffered trauma multiple times in a way that would absolutely kill her. However, all of those instances, let's say, were space days apart. I'm no medical guy myself, but he seemed to recognize that, like, when you stab someone, the examiner can tell if they're, like, alive when they got stabbed. And if you get stabbed multiple times or you get harmed multiple times over the course of a few days and everything would be fatal, but you're still alive, that's quite fucking weird. I don't have all of the reports. You'll have to speak to him yourself, and that's gonna be my next point. This mission will be a loyalty test for him. As you can see, we're currently one person down in Alcel. That is why we will need a new member. The name is Dr. Declan Greco, and he is working currently on the case. You will have to do the following things. As part of an FBI task force, Agent Landon, I will give you I'll name you the official head of the investigation.
Understood.
With Agent Lily being deputized, basically, to help you out.
Consulting, basically.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Agent Lily, I
Expert
get that
consultant.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I get you're quite an expert in the case, or in that field, right?
Dealing in skin, yeah.
Agent Luke, what do we know about Dr. Greco?
We know that he is reliable. He worked with us before. He's pretty good at his job. And if you suffer a wound, he could probably also patch you up.
Always a good thing to have. He'll say with a little wry smile on his face.
He consulted on a few cases. Took a look at a few weirder bodies, you could say. Now it's time to see if he's made for field work.
The other missing victims, do we know who they are?
Oh, absolutely.
Identify them. Okay.
We do have, and he pulls up another sheet, we do have a Natalie Raff. She is the second victim. She vanished just 2 days after Evie. The third victim is a Antonia Sant. She vanished 2 days after Natalie. And then there is a Skip. We almost thought it would just be 3 people, but then yesterday a Marissa Kerr was, reported missing.
Marissa Kerr. I hate to be
I
presumptive,
do have
but first
all of
rule
the
session,
names.
I was going to ask you, do I, Agent Lily, recognize any of those names?
Give me a luck roll, and we will see if you have heard of the
Alright,
names or
first
even
roll.
worked with them before.
Of course.
Nice success. You have heard about the first 2. You've heard about Evie Red Crow. You've even seen her walk the catwalk a few times. She's 24 years old, as you can also see on the pieces of paper Agent Luke now hands you both. She works with the same agency that Natalie also works with, which is Grace Model Management.
Grace.
You also do know Grace Model Management. They are a well-known agency, one could say. Some models use them as a starting agency, basically to just get their name out of there, because they are often dealing with cases of nothing official, nothing really proven, but everything alleged. But they are dealing with cases of abuse, drug abuse, and sexual abuse.
I can see why I've been pulled into this.
The other two, Antonia and Marissa, are unknown to Agent Lily, but the agency they work for is not. They are working with VIM Management, which stands for Very Important Model Management. And they don't have any rumors surrounding them as being sleazebags, but they're also super tiny. They just get the little leftover gigs mostly.
Okay.
Kind of tying back in with Grace Management. Again, I don't mean to, overstep, but have I seen not necessarily the 2 girls who we're dealing with, but the 2 other girls who have been lent out for skin films in the past?
You've seen some of the management, yes. Those 2 in particular you have seen not be, lent out, handed over to another production. They appear to be just modeling there.
Right. Okay.
At least that's what you know officially.
Would Landon know of the other 2 of the 2 agencies you mentioned, Grace Model Management and Buy Management? Would they have come up in any past sex trafficking or human trafficking cases of his, or connected in any way?
You could give me a criminology roll. If you want.
I would love to give you a criminology roll, my guy. Let's see here. All right. That is an 18 under 70.
Nice. Regarding sex trafficking and human trafficking, both of them have not come up in any case.
Okay. Gotcha. But as of right now, Luke, you don't know what exactly was found or how they were found. Or is it just hard to explain and we'd be better suited to see it ourselves?
I'd say you would be better suited to see it yourself. You will have to suit yourself, absolutely. And you will also have to inform Dr. Greco. Did not have any time between building this task force and getting you both into it officially. Didn't really have any time to inform him. So, and he hands you a slip of official-looking FBI paper.
He'll take it and he'll look it over, and Landon will shake his head and be like, man, I don't know what connections you guys have, but this definitely is official looking.
Well, in a case, it is official looking because it is. There are quite a few people who want this case to be dealt with, but nobody wants to really take the case. Just had to pull some strings to get you on it.
Well, I don't have any more questions, Lily. What about you?
No, I think I heard all I need to hear.
Alright, perfect. So, just to summarize it again, you'll have to vet Dr. Greco, see how he's doing, if he's fit to join Alcel as a member, and otherwise, see if you can find those missing 3 girls and figure out who did it, who killed Evie and who kidnapped the other 3.
Or what did it? Because I know you guys don't deal in absolutes.
Just solve the case. If there's anything unnatural coming up, solve that too.
All right. So, how far away is, I guess, the medical examiner's office from where we are right now in the FBI office?
Let's just say it's about like 25 to 30 minutes.
And this is New York City in the snow, so likely it'd be better to take a taxi or get on the subway, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think subway cuts it down by a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Landon will stand up. He'll put his coat back on, adjust his skull cap, make sure that it's properly fitted. He's got gloves in his pockets, but he's not going to put those on just yet. And he's going to just double check himself, make sure, he's got all the essentials, which at this point probably wouldn't be there very much other than his badge and his gun, and gesture to Lily and say, shall we go?
Let's.
And we'll take our leave. I'll head out first.
Yeah, I'll follow right behind you.
Okay, so yeah, you want to take the subway or we want to ride a cab?
Probably subway would be better, to be honest. Quicker. Less of a chance of having to wait. Landon's kind of eager to get going, so he would probably suggest, hey, let's take the subway. Probably quicker.
Listen, I lived here long enough. I know how to get around. I appreciate it, though.
Fair enough.
As you make your way down to the subway station, both of you give me an alertness roll with a -20.
-20, alright.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Sure.
That is a 31 under 50 with the minus.
Failure, 78 over 40.
Okay, so while going down into the subway station, Agent Lily, you do notice just some rats running around. While Agent Landon, you notice from like the other side, like you're standing on the. All right, now I need your help. Fuck.
Platform?
Yeah. You're standing at a platform, and from the platform directly in front of you, on the other side basically, you see a black cat strolling through the crowd of people. You just get a weird feeling that it's looking at you.
I'm going to clock the cat, but not really say anything to Lily, just because it's a cat, and cats are weird. So, he doesn't own... He has a dog. He's got a golden retriever, so he's not really a cat person. But he's just going to clock that, and in his mind, he's going to be like, that's fucking weird. But say nothing to Lily. Doesn't seem relevant.
So, you stand there on the platform. Train arrives. Take it. You ride the train for a few stations. And then you get out at the nearest station. As you walk up the stairs, you are greeted again by the loud noises, the car horns beeping, the people shouting at each other or almost crashing into each other, and the cold, as it is heavily snowing right now. You're walking just down the block, basically, until you arrive at the medical examiner's office.
I'm guessing they're expecting us. I don't need to show my badge or anything, or would that be necessary?
Agent Luke said he didn't really have any time to get him into the task force. You don't know if he's expecting you.
Like the front desk person, or do you mean Greco himself?
I would say Greco himself.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll go through the motion. I'll show my badge to whoever is, there if needed, and say, hey, is Dr. Greco in?
Yeah, the front desk just looks up and yeah, he's in. Do you have an appointment?
He should be expecting us.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm gonna if you will give me 1 minute, I will call.
Yeah, of course. No worries. Take your time.
So, we will be shifting the scene a little bit. It is now the inside of a little office where Dr. Declan Greco sits. And describe yourself, please, and what you do after the phone rings.
So, Dr. Greco is likely at his desk. He has some slides of tissue samples from the victim, Evie, next to him. And he's periodically going through them one by one, looking and examining and taking notes through his high-powered microscope that he has at his station. And then he notices his phone ringing. This portly man is wearing his lab coat currently, with a nice cream-colored business suit underneath. He's got circular metal glasses, thin. He's balding, has some hard smile lines on his face, and a penciled mustache. He picks up the phone. Hello?
Dr. Greco, it's Stacy here. I have two gentlemen here. I forgot to ask them for their names. They say you've been expecting them.
I don't have any appointments this meeting. Who are they? Do you know where they are?
1 moment, please.
And she presses the phone against her clothing and excuse me, I forgot to ask for your names. Who are you again?
Oh, Landon's gonna look over at Lily and kind of in the look of, I guess I'm gonna just go for it. Special Agent Tyrone Beasley with the FBI. And this is
Kevin Rivers, FBI.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes widen as she hears FBI, and she picks up the phone again.
Dr. Greco, they're both saying they're from the FBI. Looking quite official, I must say.
I hear that, and I immediately get the notion that there's not a jurisdiction here. That's quite odd. But then I think to myself, oh, yes, I did send that message earlier. They're probably here. So I just say back, very well, send them up to my office.
All right, Doctor, will do.
Make sure to give them a pass for the building so security doesn't bother them.
Oh, all right, I will do that and then send them up to your office.
And she hangs up. After the phone call, she smiles warmly at you both, pulls out 2 passes, visitor cards in a lanyard. And
yeah, I'll come and grab it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she hands them over to you. So follow me, gentlemen. These passes are for security. Dr. Greg, I'm gonna show you Dr. Greg's office. And she walks up through a hallway, up some, I would say, just 2 stories or something, until she ends in front of a quite beautiful looking wooden door with a little plaque reading Dr. Greco. She knocks twice, opens the door, and just pushes her head in and goes, Dr. Greco, the two gentlemen from the FBI are here.
That's great, Madeline. You could send them in.
She pushes open the door, points to the room, and when you both step inside, she will close the door.
So you guys see this man step up in his lab coat. He's about 5'4", and he has a smile on his face. He looks at both of you like, so the door closed. You
It did indeed.
must be from the group.
You could say that, he says, slowly turning his head towards Lily, then back towards you. I understand you have a corpse for us to look at.
Well, it's not in my office, but let me show you the way to where we keep the bodies.
Yeah, please, show us the way.
You didn't happen to eat anything before you got here, right?
No, but I've seen my fair share of dead bodies, Dr. Greco. I think I'll be okay.
Probably ain't seen
Likewise,
anything like
Dr.
this
Greco, I
one.
appreciate the concern, but I deal in skin, and I knew two of these women. I'd like to see this through, if I could.
Now, he's gonna go ahead and lead them over to the cold room where Evie's body is currently being stored. It's likely inside of a body bag, inside of a laboratory, just on a wheel cart, toe tag, all that stuff. So we walk over there, and I have my gloves on and my surgical mask, and I unzip the body bag. What do we see, Lucas?
So first of all, Agent Landon, please give me a sanity roll. Agent Lily, since you are
there it
adapted
is.
to violence, you will lose 1 sanity from seeing this.
Oh boy.
Working.
All right. Give me 1 second. Here we go. 34 under 60. A success.
All right, you will only lose 1 sanity from violence, so mark that, please.
All right.
For the viewers, I already lost this
Yes.
before the recording.
So that's what you were rolling earlier. Got it. Okay.
Mm,
And for the viewers, I lost 1, so I'm at, well, let's just
Think we
say
should-
every little bit hurts.
Let's just. I mean, I'm okay with us doing numbers. It's not too big of a deal.
Well, if we put an arbitrary number on our mental health, then I'd be at a 34 out of 35.
Oh, I'm at a 59 now, dropping from 60. So
give me a what to say, sand roll, but you already did that. You can give me a forensics roll if you want to.
I would love
just-
to
yeah,
give
sure.
you- Yeah, more than anything else, I'd actually like to roll a criminology roll.
Mhm.
I'd like to see if this tracks to any sort of snuff productions I might have encountered in my time.
That's fair. Okay, give me those rolls, and I will get to you back then.
Oh my god,
Jesus Christ!
what did you get?
that is a 100. Pure 100.
All right,
Not
but
I have
sure
not
how
seen anything. In fact, I am the
badly-
most family-friendly porn dealer you have ever seen. I have never seen a snuff film.
All right.
For my purposes, on my forensics roll, I got a 45 under 60.
What you see first when he opens the body bag is the burn marks on her face. But there's way more, and as you look over the whole body or everything that's displayed in front of you, Dr. Greco explains the situation.
What the hell are we looking at here?
Well, this is the body of the victim, the one that I called in for the group to look at. It's strange, to say the least. I've recorded at least 7 fatal injuries on this person, all of which, except one, did not actually kill her. The first of the injuries I saw, and the earliest, was these cuts in her abdomen. These puncture wounds with a serrated instrument would have caused fatal internal bleeding. They had healed before the victim could bleed out. And after that, a day later, it seems like her carotid artery on the left side of her head was cut, and left to bleed out. But it seemed from the cerebral tissue we had taken that the victim had remained conscious while she had been bleeding out, and before that wound had completely healed. The next day, you could see by the strangulation marks around her neck, she was asphyxiated and then still did not die. The day after that, her head was completely burned, 3rd degree to the bone. Her internal organs inside of her head were completely cooked, and she healed from her injuries. The day after that, she had suffocated from being buried under debris, likely rubble, maybe from a building or a construction site, and she recovered from that too. The day after that, she received trauma to her face, breaking her forehead, nose, cheeks, jaw, likely would have caused severe trauma to the brain and maybe even to the spinal cord, at least resulting in death or permanent paralysis. She'd healed from this too. And finally, it seems that she'd succumbed to drowning in salt water, which was found in her lungs. And it seems like she stayed dead after that one. This woman has suffered more than I think anyone who's come here except me. I don't know what to make of it, really. Aside from that it's not right, which is why I called all of you.
Landon is going to take all that in, and then once Dr. Greco's finally done, he's just going to just be like, God damn. So, correct me if I'm wrong, Doctor, but you're saying that somehow she was killed and then brought back to life, killed multiple times and repeated over and over again? Is that the gist of it?
The gist of it is this woman was killed 7 times within 7 days.
Okay. Where was she found?
She was found at a New York park. There's a lot of them. Let me just look one up. God damn it.
Central Park.
All right, man.
Yes, Central Park actually would fit the theme. Yeah, she was found in Central Park.
Which
Okay.
part of Central Park? It's a very big park.
It's a very big park, yeah.
It's a park as big as some cities.
That's fair. Close to the Central Park Zoo.
Okay.
Can we say in the Central Park Zoo?
Nah, we say close to. Those poor children.
The victim was found close to the entrance of the Central Park Zoo.
Oh, Jesus.
Her face was so badly disfigured, it's hard to get a POS ID that way. She luckily had prior records that we had tracked through her fingerprints.
Was there anything else found on her?
Lucas?
Nope.
No. There was not.
Okay. Landon at this point is going to look over at Lily and ask him, what do you make of this?
Lily is very still at this moment, transfixed on the burned face of the corpse before me.
Hey, he's gonna snap his fingers. You good, man? Like wave his hand in front of your face.
I didn't look halfway.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Are you okay? Do you need to sit out of the lab for a moment? I know it's a lot to take in.
I just you found her near the entrance to the Central Park Zoo, and she was like this when you found her. Yes.
Correct. I was there at the scene with a squad of detectives and the rest of my medical team.
I see. DM question: the burns to her face.
Mhm.
I don't have any forensics personally, but given my background, could I make a... I also don't know if it'd be a criminology check or just an intelligence check to see if this was done by either burning via direct flame or burning via burning material. So napalm versus holding a lighter to one's face.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give me an intelligence roll.
Basic intelligence? Okay.
Yes.
If it makes it any easier, I have forensics and chemistry, which might help.
So I passed 3485 for intelligence.
It doesn't seem that there was any material directly sticking to her, so you don't see the usual burn marks of napalm on her. It was probably an open flame.
I see. So likely a bastard torching her with a lighter.
Probably was a little bit bigger than a lighter.
Was there was no signs of accelerant on her skin,
Yes.
Lucas? There was?
No, yes, there wasn't. There was.
Okay, there wasn't. Okay.
I have my own question
Mhm.
that I want to ask you, DM. Could I roll criminology to see if, I guess, the different methods used could possibly line up with, I don't know, any other cases that I've worked in the past? See if there's anything similar, anything like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That is a 6 under 70.
It's a 671 of 4. But yeah, no, you have not worked. You have worked cases with probably most of those things. Like the beating her face in was probably just mindless violence, which you've also seen at domestic abuse. You have often seen stab wounds into the abdomen. You have also seen asphyxiation or strangling. But all of them together, no.
Okay.
There's also a lack of, gunfire, which you would most often see.
Yeah. So he's going to turn to the two of them. Well, we have one sick fuck here, for one. Jesus, this is beyond anything I've ever seen.
I've got a question for Lucas.
Mhm.
I would likely already know this. Is there signs that this person was bound or restrained in any way?
That's a good
I would say
question.
yes.
Where and what likely would have been like handcuffs, rope? You usually see by the lacerations.
It would have been handcuffs to both her feet and her hands.
Okay, so I'll mention that. Oh, I'm kind of pressed for things to actually come up with, but I know this guy's probably got 20 years in medicine. Can I do a forensics roll or biology roll? Maybe get something.
You could give me a forensics roll to get something out of all of those.
I got a 61 out of 70.
All right. So taking a step back, looking at a body again, you try to think okay, so what matches, what adds up? And there's only one thing that comes to your mind. All of these deaths take time. Whoever did this, he took his time. Being stabbed in the abdomen takes time until you bleed out. Cutting the left artery takes also time to bleed out, because if you cut the right one, you sever the oxygen connection to your brain. But if you cut the left one, that's the oxygen devoid blood that runs out. So all of these deaths were taking some time. He chose the methods where the victim had prolonged pain.
I just want to correct you, Lucas.
Oh, yes.
There's arteries and veins on both sides of your neck.
Yeah, that's fair. Fuck. In my brain, when I wrote this down, I was a little bit
We're gonna keep that one in.
Her whole body is an unnatural vector.
roll
Poor
body.
wire management. Pull it out.
Yeah. No. Dr. Greco, was there any evidence that she was drugged at all during this?
It's okay, Lucas. I'm just looking at you. He's so embarrassed.
I work in a little bit of a medical thing, and I just fucked that up.
It's okay. It's okay.
Veins and
It's
arteries
late.
on one side.
There's only one side of air.
No, it's both. Don't worry.
Oh. No, it's bad
Everybody-
cable management. Just fucking. Oh,
Somewhere
Pull
it all out.
Harrison is personally offended right now because you have hurt him.
Maybe in your body, Lucas, but not mine.
Oh,
Oh my god.
can't
Jesus
wait for the
Christ.
first listener to be. Well, actually.
And then don't worry, you got corrected.
No, that's all
Oh,
right.
shit.
It's late
well-
for me. I will allow these mistakes.
At least one of us here has a degree in biology. So that's okay.
Fuck.
Thank you. Okay, let's sorry.
Okay, so
Let me ask again. Was there any sign that she was drugged, Dr. Greco?
No.
no.
Got it.
I'm also gonna mention, like Lucas said, the methods that were employed to kill this woman multiple times, and the amount of times that this had occurred within the time span of an entire week. As odd as it is that this person had been recovering from so many fatal deaths, one after another, it's likely this person was being tortured to death in the most violent way possible. We're looking
Alright.
for someone likely who's targeting young woman, gets satisfaction out of it, maybe. That's a usual type that does this sort of shit.
Yeah, no, that tracks with what I understand to be as well. Landon's gonna say Central Park Zoo, though. That's because that would mean. Walk with me on this logic. He says that would mean that he did all of this at a remote location and then dumped her there. I mean, well, I say it's a he. It could be a she for all we know. I don't know. That or is also follow me on this, says this is also probably doesn't make sense. But does any of this make sense? He says maybe they're all there. Maybe somehow they are hidden within the Central Park Zoo. I know that's not the greatest theory, but you gotta start working with something somewhere.
I'm sorry. You think that there's more bodies? I just knew of this. There's more victims.
He says nothing.
Come on, you gotta work with me here. I can only help you so much if you don't,
He's gonna look over at Lily, shrug, and then look back at Dr. Greco. We have reason to believe that there are 3 others that were taken and probably will suffer the same fate if we don't work quickly.
Do they have any connection to this woman?
Apparently, they're all fashion models.
Okay. This guy has a type, obviously.
That's a good point. Yeah. Now, granted, I don't tend to work in the realm of serial killers, but trafficking, that's more my thing. And piecing the connections together, these things tend to be through a network in my mind. So maybe it's possible this guy could have had help, but it's hard to say for sure. You said that there was no trace of any drugs in her body.
No, not
Okay.
at all. It's hard to imagine one man doing all this.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably more than one person or more than one thing given the line of work we're in.
What's the time span within all these women going missing?
He's going to say one disappeared on the 17th, another 2 days later on the 19th, and then some time passed, and then there was one who disappeared just last night. And, well, we suspect that our current victim here disappeared on the 15th. And then here they are now. So we're looking at 3 others.
These other girls gonna die 7 times before they come to my table?
That may be the case. Can I roll human on Dr. Greco? See how he's taking all this?
Sure.
Cool. 58 under 70.
Yeah. So, Dr. Greco, how are you taking all of this?
It's strange, but it doesn't really bother him. It's more of just the fact that he wants to solve it, not that he's disturbed by it. You see him looking at this disfigured mess of a body, and he just thinks it's like every other day. You think he's probably seen worse, even though this is probably one of the worst things you've seen.
Landon is going to turn to Lily and say, you think we can trust him?
You trust anybody here?
Well, we got to start somewhere. Landon's going to kind of take a relaxed posture, remove his skull cap, which he still had on his head, and kind of fold it up in his hands and look over at Dr. Greco and say, have you ever heard of somebody being literally scared to death and they call it a heart attack?
Well, yes, completely plausible scenario. What about it?
What if I were to tell you that this individual, looked at a book that did this to them? This same book that I later discovered snatched up 2 people into it before it was being burned by one of the people who was snatched up in it.
I'm sorry. This isn't about
Trust, Dr. Greco. Trying to establish some trust here with you by me telling you this.
Dr. Greco, I don't mean to impose myself, but you said that this victim here had evidence of drowning, water in her lung.
Yes. Salt water.
Have you determined the timeline of the burning to the drowning?
The burning, well, that happened 2 days before the drowning. Why?
Because I've seen a woman drown before my eyes, and when I tried to pull her out, she burned up in front of me.
Oh, that's
Wait, you've seen something like this before?
Why do you think I'm here?
He kind of has this look of, yeah, okay. I guess that shouldn't be too surprising.
Look, I deal in skin, mostly girls. That's what the tastes are.
You people are talking out of your ass. What the fuck are you on about? I have a victim in front of me. I've told you what's happened. You're telling me a book that eats people and a woman who spontaneously combusts after coming out of water. Can we deal with the problem at hand? Right in front of us.
We are dealing with the problem at hand. I believe we see there's a pattern here.
Am I suddenly the problem here? I don't know what's going on.
No, but you become part of the problem.
I'm gonna become part of the problem.
Welcome to the club, Dr. Greco.
I need some more explanation here.
Well, you're familiar with the group, right?
Well, yeah. Government organization. Law above law. That type of stuff, right?
We mention these things because there are things that really can't be explained beyond this. This is one such thing. You were able to tell this woman was killed 7 times. Now that just defies all matter of logical reasoning and science, does it not?
Well, yes, but that's in front of me right now.
So does a book that snatches up people.
Okay, that just sounds like nonsense, though.
It isn't, my friend.
I'm more of a see it to believe it type guy. But, I mean, if you're pushing it on me...
Let's go on a field trip, then. Let's, why don't you take us to Central Park Zoo, where they found our victim here, and see what we can turn up there, and maybe then you'll begin to understand.
We're gonna find the other victim in the den with the polar bears? Is that what you're going on about?
Alright, smartass, you know what I'm trying to say. Can you believe this guy?
The polar bears
He says,
for us.
One can hope. One can hope.
Taking one more look at this poor woman before us. Dr. Greco, we need to have it arranged that this woman will be cremated.
It can't be done here. It's gotta be done off-site. It's gonna have to be by the permission of her
Biohazard.
And, well, I'd still have to notify the family.
Let them know then. First case of bubonic plague tracked on the East Coast.
I'll try and cook up something a bit less than the bubonic plague. I think there's a a couple more skin-borne illnesses that are probably a bit more plausible than that.
Just so long as she's burned. Do you understand?
Yeah. That's got to be. That's not my call though. And it's got to be by permission from the parents of the victim here. But I'll pressure them into signing the forms. If that's what you want me to do.
Or you hold off on releasing anything quite just yet. Paperwork does get lost all the time.
Okay, but her body has to go somewhere, correct?
This is true.
Back into
Okay,
the freezer.
so
if you can't
I'm
burn her
gonna
now, back into the
contact your
freezer.
family. Whatever family she has, I'm gonna try and get in contact with them. I'm gonna tell them that this is a closed casket type situation, that it's recommend cremation. Is that good? I've done this stuff before.
It'll have to be.
Okay, that's the best I could do there. Now, as far as your investigation into Central Park, I got a busy day lined up. I wasn't expecting you to arrive, so
Cancel your calls.
I'll likely be here if you need me to check out the body. If you find anything else, well, I can come after my work's done here for the day. Likely later. I'm willing to work into the night. Tomorrow's Sunday, so Sunday's for the boys, right?
He doesn't seem to get it, does he? Landon says, looking over to Lily.
No, Doc. I'm gonna say cancel your calls.
I have work
As of
here
now, you're
to
taking an
be
extended
done.
vacation.
I have other associates right outside this lab. You're lucky there's not even anyone else in here right now. I can't just leave my station. The best I could do is get off in an hour and a half. Just tell me where to meet you.
Listen, pal, I don't think you understand the situation you're in. I am here right now not because I'm an FBI agent. I'm here because I deal in skin films. I am in your lab right now under false pretenses.
You're not an FBI agent?
No, I'm not, but I've killed a lot of people, if you catch my drift.
Okay. Don't go saying shit like that in my lab. There's no cameras in here.
How about this?
Shit.
Hey, I'm gonna shout, raise my hand to my mouth, shout, I'm not an FBI agent! I'm here under false pretenses!
Shut the fuck up!
For once, I agree, Dr. Greco.
Keep your goddamn voice down before someone hears you. Okay, I get it.
So,
Okay.
how about you play ball?
You're not an FBI agent. Then why the fuck are you here if you're not an FBI agent? So
I'm here
some
because I
newbie
deal with
film
girls like
director?
her.
I'm gonna pull out the sheet that we were given by Luke.
And who are you? Are you the male porn star for the set?
I bet this guy wishes.
I'm just looking at Landon like,
I give him the paper.
what is this?
Read it.
I read it.
Yeah, you look down, you see it is a official FBI little fucking paper. Which basically just says your cooperation in this task force is needed, and you will have to be advising the task force cancel all of your plans or be arrested for obstructing the investigation.
And Landon's gonna say,
Okay,
So-
you could have just handed me this instead of having me go into a shouting match, right?
well, we tried to do this diplomatically, but
You
clearly,
could have
looking over at
called
Lily,
before you came to my office. You could have said, "Hey, we're activating a task force."
we could have done a
say
lot
any
of
that.
fucking things.
You just say,
Dr. Greco. We
We're
could have done a lot
here.
of fucking things.
"Where's the body?"
Hey, you don't have a choice in this matter.
Okay,
Just like
yeah,
we don't
I
have a choice in this matter.
I apparently don't, so I'm not
No.
gonna fight it. Let's go. I'll tell my supervisor right now. Hey, I'm fucked. I gotta go.
You will tell him you're fucked and you gotta go.
Okay, leave the goddamn mortuary. Get the hell out of here. I need to go pack my shit.
I will throw my hands up, look at Lily and say, he's got to pack his shit. Let's wait outside then.
Go wait by my office where I was. I gotta go talk to my super.
All right. We got lead number 1 in our production.
All right. I kick him out. I zip up the body bag, put it back on the cool, and I'm going to talk to my super and show him the slip of paper that says that I need to essentially do mandatory volunteering with the FBI.
Yeah, as you show him the slip of paper. He just like, you see one of his eyebrows slowly raising as he reads through it. Like the chef from, I think it was Ratatouille when he's reading the paper, and he just looks at you and goes, "What the fuck is this?"
I don't know. Some nutso fucks from the FBI gave it to me. I gotta go for the day.
He reads through it again, just throws it onto his table, and it's just, yeah, sure. It's not like I have any other people working here. Fuck it. Yeah. Just tell all of your colleagues what they have to do from your desk, or do it yourself. I don't care.
I'll forward it to Nathan. Don't worry.
Great. Let those fucks know that I hate them. Huh?
Yeah, it's bad enough dealing with the NYPD. Now I gotta deal with fucking FBI.
Those these fucking fats here. Like they're not reimbursing me.
I gotta go to Central Park Zoo now to go play with the penguins, so I'll see ya.
Yeah, see ya. Yeah, do that fucking thing and then come back when it's done.
Yeah.